Thank you very much for your interest in learning about Mo+, a powerful model-oriented programming language, and the Mo+ Solution Builder, the integrated development environment for effective model-driven development. Up to this point, we have gone through scenarios that demonstrate the overall Mo+ Solution Builder workflow. Please go through these earlier tutorials if you haven't created solutions and generated code for them yet. We demonstrate how you can create solution models and load them from database sources. We demonstrate how you can create and update enterprise solutions from your solution models. We showed how you can use specification and code templates for this process. But so far, we haven't shown you what these templates are all about. These templates are written in Mo+, short for Model-Oriented Plus, a powerful model-oriented programming language. Mo+ has many similarities to an object-oriented language, but has specific features geared towards model-driven development. After this tutorial, we'll go through the Mo+ language reference and templates user interface reference help for more details. To begin, let's look at a code template. Load any solution that utilizes the C# SQL Server MySQL sample pack. I'm using an example with the Northwind SQL Server database. Code templates are organized by solution model node type, and then optionally by category. Solution templates appear at the top level. Let's go ahead and open the StackContextTest template under Entity Category Test. Each template has three sections: configuration, content, and output. The configuration section outlines how a template can be identified. A template is primarily identified by its name. A template is also identified by element, which indicates what kind of element in the solution model this template performs actions with or on. For example, this is an entity template, and this template will always be called with an instance of an entity such as customer. The category is an optional word to help organize your templates. Go ahead and change the category name. Update. Notice that the template is in a new folder. The content section outlines how content for this template is to be produced. Template content can be utilized by other templates for their own content. We will focus on this section for the remainder of this tutorial. The output section outlines when, where, and how content for this and other templates can be updated to your output solution. We will focus on that section at a later time. Let's bring this template up to full screen. Okay, let's begin by running the debugger. Click inside the text and hit F5 or click on the green arrow. Here is some sample code. In this example, only line 5 produces some content for the template. The dark orange text surrounded by text tags is output directly as text. Use the Ctrl-Shift-A key to create a text tag group and enter additional text. The entity name is surrounded by property tags, and here data is retrieved from the model. Use the Ctrl-Shift-W key to create a property tag group. A random entity in the model is chosen each time you debug this entity template. In addition to sample code, you can also look at the AST. This shows how the template was parsed. It can sometimes be useful for debugging purposes. Inside this evaluation tag group are a bunch of statements. Evaluation tags can be created with the Ctrl-Shift-Q hotkey. Let's set some breakpoints. You can set and unset breakpoints by clicking in the margin bar. I'm going to set some breakpoints inside and outside these loops. Let's hit F5. I'm going to watch the current item and entity name declared variables. What makes Mo+ model-oriented? Model context. Here we will demonstrate two forms of model context, stack context and structure context. The entity template will always be called with an instance of an entity. This instance is placed onto the bottom of the stack. In this case, we have order detail. From the stack, you have access to all information relating to that element, including the parent elements. This is called structure context. Here we have access to the order detail information, such as entity name. We can also access that entity's parent feature. And that feature's parent solution. Continuing from the previous breakpoint, we break inside this with statement. The with statement is used to push an element onto the stack within its set of statements. In this case, the parent solution is pushed onto the stack. Notice the current item name variable is the solution name. You can also access elements higher up the stack with the .. syntax, repeated as many times as you need to. The entity name variable gets the entity name from one up the stack, which is still order detail. As with the element at the bottom of the stack, you can use structure context to get any information related to other elements on the stack. Continuing again, we break outside the with statement. The solution is popped off the stack, leaving our order detail entity at the bottom of the stack. Continue again, we are inside another with statement with the parent feature pushed onto the stack. Continuing again, we break inside a for each statement. The for each statement is used to iterate through a set of elements, and for each element found, push that element onto the stack within its set of statements. In this case, each property for the order detail entity is pushed onto the stack. Notice the current item name variable is the name of a property. As before, you can access elements higher up the stack with the .. syntax. As before, you can use structure context to get any information related to other elements on the stack. Go ahead and continue through the properties. Hopefully you are off to a good start in learning about the Mo+ model-oriented programming language. We breeze through accessing model elements and properties such as entity name that are recognized as teal text. You can find out much more information on these in the model reference onboard help. With and for each statements do not use declared variables to hold a current item like most languages, and this is not necessary because of the use of the context stack. There are many other options in the with and for each statements to access the data you need. You can find out much more information on these and other statements in the language reference onboard help. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Other tutorial topics are available at moplus.codeplex.com. The tutorials with smaller numbers cover simpler features, while higher number ones delve deeper into features and capabilities. If you have not already done so, please download the free open source product at moplus.codeplex.com. Also at the Download Center, you can get sample packs to help get you started quickly in creating models and generating code. Also, please go through the onboard help, which provides detailed how-to and reference. Happy coding!